YouTube, you saucy lot. Hope you're alright. It's your boy, the Blade Runner, and I'm on my holiday or my vacation over in the lovely Lanzarote. Anyway, before I come over to Lanzarote, I cut my mate's hair. My mate Jordan Christmas. Now that is a cool surname. So the haircut we did, it's a grade 3 on top, cheeky little high skin fade, and we used the Tpob play clipper, the Tpob X trimmer, and the Tpob foil. Anyway, hope you like it, guys. Jordan, this one's for you. Anyway, yeah, look at that. You've got nice little palm trees and all that kind of stuff, and it's about what? It's about 28 degrees. So anyway, I'm out of here. Please do subscribe because you know I like it. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. So we've got the lovely Jordan in the chair. Now, I've been cutting his hair a couple of years now, and he's a cool guy. We did a grade 4 on top, we did a grade 2 on top. We found that a grade 3 works best, so we're going with a grade 3 on top and a cheeky little skin fade. Now, he's the most chilled out bloke you will ever meet in your life, but he's also a bit of a legend in the skate parks, although we never admit that. But we're going with a grade 3 on top. First of all, we're going to go all directions. We just want to be taking all of that hair away from the top. But yeah, he absolutely smashes it on the skateboard. Everybody in the local area, when you mention his name, they go, he's an absolute psycho on a skateboard. He's always covered in bruises. He's actually got a slight cut on his head as well, from actually not falling off a board, but bashing his head on a pipe. So, but anyway, let's get back to this haircut. So yeah, grade 3, we're working all directions. He's got excellent hair to fade. It's quite strong hair, so it really the clippers catch it really well. Yeah, sometimes when it's that fine hair, you've got to go over it and over it and over it, but you don't have to with this hair because it's just very straight and it's very strong. I say, yeah, perfect for clipper work. Just making sure I've taken all that hair out from the front as well. We are going to give it a little line out right at the end. Yeah, he doesn't stop laughing, this guy. So we've got no guard on the clipper. So now Tpob, they're bringing out the Tpob Go clipper in I think probably about a couple of weeks' time. Can't wait to get that. But honestly, I don't know how much better it could actually be than this clipper. I mean, I've got 2 of these, and I don't even need to. I don't know why I've got to, but I've got 2 anyway, and they are, to me, the ultimate clipper. What's great about this clipper is, if you're like on a more like novice kind of level, you can actually slow the clipper down. So it's got 2 speeds. One speed is pretty much like a Wild Magic clip, and the other speed, which is faster, is like a Wild Senior. So you are getting the best of both worlds. And when I had my Wild Senior, which I think is one of the most amazing clippers ever, the problem was the battery life. You were not going to get through a whole day with that clipper, and also the blades used to get very, very hot. You don't get this problem with this clipper at all. It also comes with a charging dock as well. So yeah, literally now what I'm doing, before I skin it out, I'm just going to use the X trimmer just to take away some of that resistance when I put the foil on. Because as I've said in many of my videos, if the hair is too long and you start working foil through it, your foils are just going to snag. You're going to get little holes in the foil, just because it is too much resistance for the foil to take. So by taking it down with the trimmer first of all, you're taking away a lot less. Well, you're taking a lot of the resistance. When you are doing this, be very, very careful. You don't actually start putting other lines in. So when you go in and then flick out, but don't go right up to where the skin line is, because yeah, it's going to be difficult getting that skin line out. And as I said, you will be putting extra lines in, which, if you've got a busy day, the last thing you want to be doing is making extra work for yourself. But yeah, I've had this trimmer probably for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. It hasn't let me down. You can get really good lines. If you want to do a pattern on someone's hair, they are absolutely brilliant for that as well. Now I'm using the Tpob single foil. Now Tpob, they're going to be bringing out another foil soon. It's going to be a double foil, and I think it's being hinted at being the Babyless killer. The reason I say that is because, you know, Babyless, I mean, I still love their gold effects clippers and trimmer, but they don't really seem to have brought out anything new lately. You know, you got the low pros, which a lot of people like, but I think their big products they have now is the foil. And yeah, so I think the foil that Tpob are going to be bringing out, I think it's really going to be going after the Babyless foil. Yeah, what I like about this foil is it's a single foil, so you can be a lot more particular on the hair that you take out. So he does not stop laughing, this guy. He's absolute pleasure to have in the chair. So now I've got a grade 0.5 and I've got it open at the moment. So now just starting to take out that skin line. Just take away that bulk that is above the skin line. So this is all about just debulking the hair at the moment. So going all directions. The hair grows in different directions, so you know, go in different directions. I've now closed the guard up, so now it's a pure 0.5. And I'm just wanting to take out that line. You know, a lot of the time you don't want to be using the whole blade. Sometimes just use a third of the blade, so just tilt it. And when you do that, you can be a lot more precise on the hair that you're taking out. Right, now I'm putting a grade 1 on the clipper, and I'm just going to be working a combination of open and closed, which equates to a grade 1 pure and a 1.5, and I'm going to be working in between as well. So look, what I'm doing with that clipper there, I'm going in all directions. And as I said on every other video, make sure you've got like a beard brush, especially at the moment. You know, it's been quite hot. Hair does stick to the head, so even though you actually cut the hair, it stays on the head, and you think, oh, that's hair but I haven't actually cut yet. Reality is it's hair that you have cut, but it just needs brushing away. So yeah, working against the grain, always work against the grain. And I've noticed this, it's quite patchy around by the crown area. So this is just the way that his hair grows, so you have to spend just that little bit more time working on that crown, opening and closing the clipper. But don't forget, you don't just have to be fully closed or fully open, you know, go in between. Now I put a grade 1.5, I'm feeding that into the top. So now what's going through my head at the moment is I'm working that 1.5, you know, on the crown. And I'm noticing it's not really getting the job done. So I know in a moment I'm going to have to go straight back in with the grade 1. But yeah, I'm just working all directions. Sometimes if you just change the direction of the clipper, that can be enough to take off any bits of hair that aren't coming out in the conventional way. See, I've got that little bit of hair to the left of the crown, so I'm putting that grade 1 back onto the clipper. And I'm finding that's getting the job done. So now I've taken the guard off, just the little remnants of the skin line there. Just working combination of open and closed. So I'm not going in too hard with the clipper. I'm literally just trying to take out any little any bits of hair. And I'm noticing that even though the clipper is fully closed there, it's still slightly liney. So I'm feeling that I need to go in just with the trimmer in a moment, where I can just tap away at those bits of hair. So yeah, back in with the trimmer. I'm just using the corner there just to take out any tiny little edges. So I'm feeling I just need to push in just that little bit harder there. It's all about being focused. You know, getting a way of working. You know, basically just trusting what you're doing. Trust the process. So I'm just putting a very light line in at the front at the moment. When I'm doing that, I always start in the middle. If you start on one side, a lot of the time you're going to find it's not going to be straight. So I feel I'm just going to work that scissor over comb or shear over comb just through these little bits. And again, he doesn't stop laughing. I love this guy. So now I'm going to go back in with the trimmer and I can get that line just that little bit harder. So yeah, next time I see him, he'll probably would have smashed himself up again on a skateboard. But yeah, gotta love this guy. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna blast out any loose bits of hair. You know, some guys, they have like a clipper cut and or a scissor cut, and they're gonna go back to the office afterwards. The worst thing you can do is not get rid of that hair. Well, apart from giving them a dodgy haircut, obviously. But, you know, just it all goes in with the finish, getting rid of any loose bits of hair. Because, you know, if he's going to be back in the office working with paperwork and he puts his head down, the hair might fall out of the head and, yeah, go all over his paperwork, if you get what I mean. So there you have it, guys. Hope you like the haircut. Thanks, Jordan. You're an absolute legend. And yeah, I'll be back in the country next week. Back to the grind. See you later, guys.